So I previously created a video about the typefaces of Doctor Who, but the logos are also a notable part of Doctor Who. The logo is always creatively made for something that just says the words Doctor Who. From simple typefaces to complicated logos, Doctor Who's logo history is one of the most diverse and interesting. So, let's talk about each logo alongside facts on the history. I hope you enjoy. This logo featured the simplest logo in Doctor Who's history. It featured a white, bold typeface, the word Who in a bolder typeface than the word Doctor. This typeface was used to create the original title sequence, as Bernard Walsh said that he wanted a bold typeface that would easily create the video feedback patterns, which is clear to see in the titles. This is the easiest to read and clear logo out. The second logo is still quite simple, but a slightly different font. The use of identical font and weight in both words severely diminished the differential emphasis featured in the original logo. This was not used to generate the patterns of the title sequence. Another logo was going to be used for the second Doctor Who logo, but was scrapped for an unknown reason. If you know why, please share. This logo is also pretty simple. The third logo strayed away from the simple typefaces of the first two and goes for an actual logo. This has to be the most famous and most iconic logo Doctor Who has ever had. This logo was used from 1970 to 1973, but that was not the end for this logo yet. We'll talk more about it in a bit. The fourth logo, often known as the Diamond logo, is also very iconic, being used on Doctor Who magazine for a long time. It was rarely used in its blue tint, however. It was often used in a rainbow style. This logo was tinted a brown colour for episode 1 of The Ark in Space. This was used in the famous Slit Scan title sequences. It was barely touched between Jon Pertwee's final titles and Tom Baker's first. The fifth logo features the words Doctor Who, presented in a neon tubing style, leading to it being commonly referred to as the neon tubing logo. After one season of use, the logo was noticeably cleaner when Peter Davison made his debut as the fifth Doctor, with fringing around the edges having been removed. It featured through the entirety of Peter Davison's tenure and including Tom Baker's final season. With the sixth logo, the logo was tinted purple to give it a more colourful hue, matching the updated title sequence. It also took on a slightly curved appearance. Other than that, the logo looks almost identical to the fifth one. The seventh logo was the first to be a three-dimensional animated element of the title sequence. The word Doctor appearing at an angle over Who, which was presented in a metallic style with a red glow surrounding it. This logo has to be the most dated out of them all. The movie, or eighth logo, was essentially a modified version of the 1970 logo. The colouring was changed and a metallic texture was applied. Some letters were slightly reshaped, notably C, T, R and W. It was presented as a three-dimensional object in space, echoing the 1987 logo. This logo is also seen from the rear. This logo was continually being used in merchandising from 1996 to 2019. So many alterations of this logo has been used. For the ninth logo, the two words of the title sequence were presented horizontally upon a shield. This logo was used for Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant's tenures as the Ninth and Tenth Doctors. Beginning with the Runaway Bride, the logo was modified, and now featuring lettering considerably squatter than the 2005 logo, and a new fiery background was added for the shield. However, the overall design wasn't impacted too heavily. The 10th logo was to be comprised of two distinct elements, which were both presented in a different arrangement in differing contexts. The words Doctor and Who comprise one element, with a DW logo representing the shape of the TARDIS, which it also transforms into during the title sequence, comprising the second. This logo is the fattest and, in my opinion, the ugliest logo the series has ever had. For the 11th logo, following the extensive use of the DW icon separately to any other element of the 2010 logo, the logo was slightly adjusted for Series 7. The DW logo was moved to the right of Doctor Who, leaving the title uninterrupted and impacting on how the logo was presented in the title sequence. During Part 1, Doctor Who appears on the screen, with the BBC logo directly beneath it. It would then fade away, with a DW appearing, then transforming into the TARDIS as previously seen. From the Snowmen, the DW logo was dropped from the screen. The 12th logo featured a shiny bluish metal texture, along with a thicker version of the typeface that had been used from the previous logo. Introduced with a new title sequence marking Peter Capaldi's debut as the 12th Doctor, the logo no longer fades away, instead zooming into the screen. The 13th logo is maybe the most interesting logo Doctor Who has ever had, with no letter being untouched. This logo has been used for many pieces of merchandising, including DVDs, Blu-ray box sets, action figures, etc. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.